cops thought it was just another routine traffic stop. No chase, no screaming, no weapons drawn. Just a woman driving a little too slow on a back road at midnight. Until they opened the trunk and realized this wasn't a crime scene, it was part of something much bigger. The road was barely lit. No streetlights, no houses for miles. The kind of place where your headlights feel swallowed by darkness. Just after midnight, a patrol unit noticed a sedan drifting slightly between lanes, not swerving wildly, just enough to look distracted. They pulled her over. The woman behind the wheel was calm, not nervous, not confused. She smiled like she'd been expecting them. Hands steady, voice clear, answers perfect. Almost rehearsed. That's when one officer stepped toward the rear of the car and stopped. Something dark was dripping from the trunk, slow, steady, leaving a thin trail along the asphalt. At first, they assumed the usual explanations: leaking fluid, roadkill, maybe paint. But then the smell hit. Not oil, not gas, metallic, warm, wrong, blood. Fresh blood. They asked her what was in the trunk. She hesitated, not because she was scared, but because she looked disappointed. Then she smiled and said, "Do I have to open it right now?" Procedure says yes. She stepped out slowly, smoothing her coat like she was late for dinner somewhere. One officer moved his hand closer to his weapon. The other popped the latch. The trunk lifted, and time seemed to slow. Inside were black bags, perfectly arranged, evenly stacked, each tied with identical knots. Dark stains soaked through the plastic. Nothing spilled, nothing messy. It looked organized. One of the bags shifted slightly. They opened one. Inside were human remains. Not chaotic, not torn. Carefully wrapped, separated, like someone who wanted to keep things neat. Another bag, more of the same, and placed gently on top of the others, a human head. Eyes open, mouth gagged, expression frozen in shock. The officers didn't scream. They couldn't. Their bodies refused to move, and behind them, the woman laughed. Not hysterical laughter, not panicked, soft, amused, like someone whose surprise party had been ruined. She tilted her head and said quietly, "You weren't supposed to find them yet." Weapons came up immediately, hands behind her back. Cuffs clicked shut. She didn't resist. Instead, she leaned forward and whispered, "I was still collecting." Then, just before being placed in the cruiser, she added, "There's another trunk." They searched her car completely. Nothing else. But her phone? That's where things got worse. Maps, coordinates, dates, photos of different vehicles, different models, different colors, each labeled with notes like "ready," "not full yet," "move by morning." She wasn't transporting bodies, she was distributing them. Each car was a storage unit, a moving piece of a much larger puzzle. Detectives pieced it together slowly. She didn't kill in one place. She used borrowed cars, rental vehicles, cars registered to people already missing. Each trunk held parts, each car parked somewhere different, a city-wide maze of horrors. And that night, police only stopped one of them. Over the next few days, abandoned cars began turning up, some with trunks sealed shut, some already emptied, some still dripping. But many coordinates on her phone led to nothing. Empty parking lots, vacant streets, cars that were already gone. no one knew how many vehicles were still out there or who was moving them now. In her final interrogation, she stayed calm, smiling. When asked why she did it, she said, "People think monsters hide in one place. They don't. They move." Before the interview ended, she leaned closer to the glass and whispered, "You'll keep finding them, just never all of them." Years later, officers still talk about it, because every once in a while, a patrol unit pulls someone over late at night and notices a slow drip coming from the trunk. And for just a second, they wonder, is this another routine stop, or did they just find one more piece of something that never really stopped? So tell me, would you keep searching, knowing how many cars are still out there? Or would you pretend you never saw the drip? Follow for more terrifying true crime nightmares from the darkest corners of the road.